Hey, welcome back everybody to another episode of Clouds of Darkness. So, we had a lot of fun in the live stream. I did, and a lot of you replied that you also had a blast. It was a very long live stream, 4.5 hours, and I have also done a lot since then. I'm really excited about this move, and there's a lot in store for us. I'm gonna have a lot of fun, and I'm very glad that we did the update. But before we actually go into the new version, and I show you everything that has happened, I wanted to give you guys a quick tutorial on how I got my items actually moved over from this version. I'm right now in 1.1.2. You guys see our nether portal down there that we used, and you still see bunnies here. Because I tried two ways first. I tried copying the player file into the new version, and I know that the player file had the correct items, because I did a lot of testing by removing the one from this version and copying it back, and I always had the items. But as soon as I tried using it in the 1.1.7 version, I was always empty. And it overwrote the player file when I closed the game with a much smaller version that was empty. So I have no explanation why that doesn't work. Then the second way I tried doing is with World Edit. And that is the reason, here it is. You guys see I have the light loader and two mods installed, which is the World Edit. But I could also not get it to work with World Edit. I saved a chest with all the items as a schematic file, and when I created a new version, a new world in the 1.1.2 version, and I pasted the schematic file, all the items were in a chest. But again, when I pasted it into the 1.1.7 version, the chest was empty. So there was no way for me to get this over there, and then I thought of using the nether. That's why I'm in the nether right here. So how I did it is, in the nether I made a little cubby hole over here, just so the ghast can shoot me, and I put all the items into a vanilla double chest. Okay, and once you have that done, you can exit the game, and then you go into your Feed the Beast launcher in the folder, and go look for the Clouds of Darkness, and then under Minecraft and Saves, there's a folder with the name of the world that you are in, that I am in right now. And you want to copy that folder over, for example, to your My Documents folder completely. So you have a backup of it, and because we're going to need some parts of it in a minute. And then once you have that done, you want to completely delete the Clouds of Darkness folder in the FTB folder. And then go bring the launcher back up and install the newest version of Clouds of Darkness. In our case, or in my case right now, it's version 1.1.7. And then you go ahead and make a new world and log in, and I'll meet you guys over there in just a minute. Okay, now we're over here in the new version in 1.1.7, and this is a freshly generated world. And what you want to do now is go ahead and exit one more time to the loading screen. You don't need to close it all the way. And then go back into your Feed the Beast folder under Clouds of Darkness, and Minecraft Saves, and then this new world, whatever you called it, into that folder. And there's a folder in there that is called DIM-1. DIM short for dimension, and then dash is the minus sign 1. So DIM-1. And you want to copy that folder into a backup location. For example, again, into your My Documents. And once you have it copied over there, you want to go back and delete that DIM-1 out of the Clouds of Darkness saves folder completely. And then you're gonna go into your backup folder where you backed up the 1.1.2 save file. And in there is a DIM-1 folder. You want to copy that one over to where you just deleted the one in the new version. So what that does is we created a backup of the nether that came with this 1.1.7 version. And now we copied the nether from the 1.1.2 version over to the 1.1.7 version. So now there was one more hurdle, because I, gave myself some obsidian and put it here and lit it with flint and steel. But you cannot light nether portals anymore, apparently. So what you need to do now in order to get to the nether is you break a piece of carpet right here, for example, and then you type the following command. You give yourself, so you, instead of FTOG Torgal, you put your name, Minecraft portal. And that gives you a 1 nether portal block right there. And now you can step into that And we're gonna get to the nether, into the nether from 112, the one we copied over. You guys see? It's the same nether. And little lag here for a second. There we go. And now we can go over into the cubbyhole and get all our stuff out. What I would do first if I were you is put on the armor so you have flight and the blowing, what are they called? Those little bats, they cannot blow you up and stuff like that. And then you get all your items back the way you had them. Something like this. Just want to get it approximately and get all your drives and of course your auto feeder room. Yes, we do. I'm here by the chests. And now you go back into the overworld. Alright, now that you're here, make sure that you just hit this portal block once and it's broken. Because, well, we don't want to cheat anything in. And there you go. Now you got all your items over. Now you need to do one more time. Exit to the loading screen. Go back into the saves folder. And now delete the dim-1 folder. And copy the one you backed up into your My Documents folder, the one that came with the 117 version, back over to the saves folder. So, and then when you come in, you have the world that was generated, you have all the dimensions, and especially the nether that came with the 117 version, because I don't know if there was actually any changes made. So, that is it, and now I'm gonna go see you guys over in the new place. Yay, we're finally here. New world where everything is built, the base is just underneath me, but you're gonna have to wait a couple more minutes for the reveal. Because first I wanted to give you guys a recap on what we did during the live stream. So what we started out with is setting up the wind turbines up at, where are they? Right up there. That block up there next to the beacon. Now I gave away that we have a beacon. But anyway, there's our wind turbines up there. And then we set up a temporary place for our ME system and a bed. And once we have that done, we started with building the middle platform, the center of the base, from which out each one of the wings started. And during this whole talking here, I'm going to overlay little clips to each corner here on the screen, because, honestly, I went through 4.5 hours of footage. And because it was a live stream, a lot of times there was nothing really built in one stretch. Like when I usually do my recordings, I prepare everything and then we do it in one stretch to fit it into a few minutes only. Well, this was a 4.5 hour live stream where we only built 2 of these domes and so on. So, well, it was kind of hard getting everything together. But once we built the first one, then we used an architect table to make a template of it. And once we had the template, we set it up 90 degrees to the other way and had the builder build one for us, which was kind of cool, trying it out. And I might make use of this, not just in this mod pack, but other mod packs too in the future. It's a cool little device. And that was it. I said the other 2 I'm going to build off camera because I didn't want you guys to watch the screen where a builder's doing something, and I needed to get started with the magical crops area. I mentioned on the live stream that I will not set up the auto sifting anymore. It was fun, it's awesome early game, but we don't need it anymore. We set up a really cool magical crops area, and I made some changes to it after the live stream was over, and I'll go through them in a minute to make it even more effective. And now we can make everything on demand. We still have a few seeds we need to make, for example, stuff like copper seed, tin seeds, and so on. But that's no problem once we used all our ore that we brought over, which we still have a ton, which we need to set up some auto processing for to get it all into pulverized form so we can easily smelt it on demand. When we need something else, we can simply use magical crops. One thing I started running low on, for example, was glowstone, and I did not have any more nether essences, so I made a bunch of those with the magical crops farm. It's incredibly fast, free, and easy. So, once we had those done, We did a few other things with the ME system, but I'll show you all those things in a minute directly here. That's going to be easier. Then we, as a little goodie before the live stream ended, I don't remember which way we went. I think behind me here. I think that's the one, yeah. We visited an island that I found out there's a bunch of islands in flight range here. You don't need a warp page for them. And we had a little fun there. We found some lucky blocks in there that we used, and then we actually upgraded them after you guys bonked me on the head why I never upgrade my lucky blocks, and we did that, so we got luck 100. And then in one of them, we actually got the most amazing reward. We got the extreme ender armor, the last one. We got all 4 pieces from one of them. We also got a bunch of cats and so on. And then from that island, we saw another island off in the distance, up really high, that looked like it had junglewood trees on it. And then we flew over there, and if I would have known that that island exists, I think we would have set up shop there. But too bad, now we have our base here. And we did a little flying around that island and found another, I think 1 or 2 lucky blocks. And we got a penguin, which I captured, and we're gonna have to make our little zoo again over here. Okay, I had a lot of fun in the live stream, and I'm definitely gonna do them more often. And before I do any other mod packs on the live stream, I think the Clouds of Darkness mod pack is perfect. Because the labyrinth that we're gonna get a page here today, you know, Castle of Ores and Twilight and so on. I think there's a lot of things that we can do on a live stream. And then I figured, you know, because those might be an hour, 2, 3 hours long, those live streams, I'm not going to set myself a time limit on live streams. I want to get stuff done in them. You know, the next episode, in like the first 5 or 10 minutes, I'm going to make, you know, jump cuts, just showing highlights of those live streams. So if you cannot watch them, you can always go to the Twitch page, on my Twitch page, the link is down in the description, and look at past broadcasts. So if you, just because you're at work, but you really want to see, you know, the 3-hour labyrinth live stream with all the derps and near-death experiences and so on, you know, you can always watch it there. Otherwise, for the people that don't have the time or maybe can't just watch it for other reasons, always going to have a quick recap in front of the regular episodes. Also, one more thing, you guys might notice that there's a little change in my voice. I got a brand new headset and sound card, and I did a lot of tweaking, and I hope that the sound is good, that my voice sounds, you know, clear, understandable, and doesn't have any more of the static that a lot of times happened with my old headset. But please feel free to go down in the comments and tell me how you guys like the new sound of my voice. Not the sound of my voice, but how it sounds. Is it clear? Is it loud enough? Because I listened to, you know, at least 20 test recordings, and I tweaked the settings and so on as much as I could. But now it's time that I get input from other people. So hopefully this episode, the voice sounds good, and if it needs improvement, then I will work on after you guys tell me about it. Alright, now enough babbling. Time to reveal the island if you guys haven't seen it yet. Let's go in first person, and there it is. This is what it looks now. I think it turned out pretty good. Let me turn this off. I even added a beacon in the middle because we are doing a lot of flying around here, or we will be, to all these little islands, and it's just much easier to see from a distance where your island is with the beacon. This dome right here underneath me is the one we built on camera. That was the first one in the live stream. That's the one that I made the template with the architect table, and this one over here, the machine room, is the one that the builder built for us. And these two, you know, I used the builder to make the exact, I still have the template, so that's really nice. If we need any more, we can just use the template, make another dome over there or whatever. But this dome's here is still completely empty, but I already have plans for it. And I put a roof up on the middle because I was tired of getting rained on. And I wanted to have the beacon come through, but there's a chandelier in there. It did not work out. So I put it on top with the iron blocks. And yeah, so let's go inside. Shh, yeah, I'm gonna go inside first, and then I just have to find the door. I have a temporary door over here until we get some ethereal glass. Alright, so this is the inside. Where's my ME system? This is our regular crafting terminal. And over here we set up a pattern terminal on the live stream just so I was able to show what I wanted it to look like this corner. These are all facades underneath also. It's really nice how you can hide away the items now. And up here is the big chandelier, and right here, if you haven't seen it yet, there's, I'm going to punch it very slightly, there's a Thaumcraft note right here. So eventually, I don't know if we get into Thaumcraft. If we do, then we'll move it. If we never get into it, it kind of bugs me, but I always feel like there's a smudging on my monitor, but there isn't. The drives are over here. You guys see most of them are green now. I did a lot of cleaning up between episodes, which I'll show you in a minute. And the charger I just put on top for now, just so I don't forget about it. And if I need charged Certus quartz, I can just put it in here by hand for now. Now, I have a long to-do list here in front of me that I don't forget anything. I had one problem with an item that made my client crash, and that was a filing cabinet that I had in the ME system. I took it out and put it down right here. This filing cabinet has all the broken spawners that we collected, and the other one had the enchanted books that we had. And as soon as I opened that one, the client crashed. So I voided that entire filing cabinet with all the enchanted books in them. I don't care. We have our enchanted gear here, and if we ever need to enchant something else, there's a full drum of essence here, and we are going to set up a on-demand mob farm with auto spawner and so on over here also very soon. Okay, I did make a cell workbench here where you can put in the cells, the 1K, 4K, and so on, because I set up 3 ME chests over here. Each one of them has a this one has a 4K, okay. The other ones have 1Ks. And what I use those for is, this one has everything that has potions. This one right here has all kinds of gobbledygook, okay. I don't know why these guys went in here. It doesn't matter. They are taking up one spot, so it's fine. I do have to tweak this because, like storage bus and so on, this was intended for only armor and the likes. I'll figure this out. And this one here has all skulls and nets and so on. This one here I did not format, but I'm going to show you guys these two real quick just so you see how I did it. I put everything into them, and then I slapped them in here and said only these items. You click on this, and whatever is in the partition in this one, it's going to be here. So whenever, nothing else will go in these cells. And this one has everything to do with mobs and so on. So now let's say we're out and about, okay? And we're using the ender pouch from the labyrinth, and everything comes into the ME system. I'll show you guys where the import is in a minute. But then I want to empty it out. I put a trapdoor right here, carpenters, and I can turn off. There is a dark cable down there. It's not called dark cable anymore. I forgot what it's called. It's a ME toggle bus. And this one you can toggle on or off with a lever. So now it's connected to the network, and now it is not. So that way I can open the ME system and take out swords and armor and potions, whatever, and see what needs to go in here, turn it back on, and then put it into these chests so they are in these cells instead of the ME drives right there. I think it's a good little, I'm going to call it a hack because it's not the most, graceful way of doing it, but it works nicely. Okay, let's go wing by wing. So most of this we set up, but, and I'm gonna overlay a screenshot real quick, I ripped out the entire dirt again here because I wanted to set up the lily pads smarter. First of all, there was a wire running across the middle in both directions, so now the wires are coming from underneath and on both ends, on the harvester and the planter. So that gave me more planting ground for the lily pads of fertility. And now I'm coming down here. This is what it looks like right now. Every single possible spot is filled. This is a ton of lily pads. I think close to 4 stacks, something like that. And there's also a lever on here now because I did turn it off because I was starting to get so much stuff. Right now I have it with ender seeds, osmium, fire, nether, gold, and essence seeds. Those where I'm running low, and you can never have enough essence seeds because we're gonna need to make a lot more. And on this ME export bus, I added 2 capacity cards, so I can have more than one capacity card opens it for 5 possible things, and the second one now I can export 9 different items here. So right now I'm only using 6, but that's fine. And over here it's still the same. Everything goes into the silver chest and then gets imported back into the ME system. And I set up the essence berry bushes around it into the corners because I wanted to have more. Now, I actually took 3 stacks of these essence berries and ate them to get up to over, well, you see now 48 levels altogether. I think after the live stream I had 24 or something, but I wanted to go higher because in case something happens, I wanted to make sure we have enough levels for our last stand too. Okay, I think this is it for this room. The wiring I'll show you guys underneath in a minute. This room is still completely empty. Nothing is over here. This is our machine room I get to in a second. And in the live stream I did say I wasn't planning on setting up the smeltery again, but you know what? We have it. Let's set it up. It's not automated because we're not gonna, pump in armor and stuff and so on. But if I want to upgrade tools or make something new, it's there. It's ready to be used. And I set up the 2 crucibles over here that we had. There is a cobble gen down here directly because we have so many nodes and stuff. And this is a self-sufficient, so there's no ME cable coming over here exporting cobble and stuff. It's there, and we actually only had 100 buckets of lava, so this has made 77 so far, and it pumps directly into here. I don't see any reason why else we need this, maybe for some recipes that require a bucket of lava. Otherwise, there's not much happening over here. And I did run an ME cable underneath here to this area. This is where the growth accelerator is. And I chose this corner all the way over here because, well, I'm probably not going to come into this room much. So I can leave my magnet on most of the time. And so if I dump any seeds in over there, I can be over here with the magnet and don't need to worry that I suck them up again. Okay, let's go downstairs real quick to show you what I've done here. And let me sleep real quick to get that out of the way. Sorry that this is going to be mostly talking. We're only going to do one thing today new, but the rest is all just showing you guys what has happened, what I have added, and so we're ready for the next episodes, which are going to be much more regular now because I'm having so much fun here. It's unreal. Anyways, I chose the white, red, white as the main input for our ME system. This was before, I think, coming from this auto sifting to the first part of our sorting system. There's an import bus with the 4 accelerator cards going in here. So underneath the controller, the 32 channels are not used but for this. If we ever need something else down here, we can use it. And this one here, yes, these 8 channels are all used. On this one, we could put a dense cable to here and then split it up, but for now it's good enough. And this goes to the ME drives, and over here, okay, yeah, the ME chests, and also out this way. Now we can check this out real quick. It goes to the planter and the harvester, and I set up the sludge boiler. We have it. We have an ME system, so this thing can go, make us more clay and whatever. It's there, it's out of the way, we can't get hurt by it. Not that it doesn't matter because we have the poison charm, but so this is it. Those 8 channels are used. And where is my... I'm missing something here. There we go. This is where the cell workbench is, and up there is the crafting terminal and the pattern terminal, and this comes on part of these 2 channels. One channel goes up there, and where does this go again? Ah yeah, this goes to the growth accelerators. They don't take up a channel. This is just power. So these two channels here that are used are just from the two terminals up there. And yes, so now before I now let's continue one more second with this ME system. And from here this way, this is the machine shop. I ran a dense cable over here because this is going to be the room where we probably need most of the channels. To here for now, and then I split it up with one smart cable over to the first section where our pulverizer and our redstone furnace is, and that is something I want to set up today so I can start processing all the ore. Okay, and you guys see all the machines are cabled up with just power, and here is our flour from underneath. I did not go with the full size, so there's 4 of these energy collectors I think are still not in use because I wanted it to be flush on the top with the floor, and this is fast enough. This is all we ever gonna need. Like during the live stream we were out of lily pads, and then one of the viewers, Mike I believe it was, said, hey, it has an EMC value, just make some real quick. And that was a perfect example. And the other thing I made with it, I think, was, I forgot, a nether wart, I think, also. So that is perfect. You know, something's like, oh god, I'm out of this. Let's make some real quick. I used over 4,000 bone meal for all these lily pads. Then I was out, but instead of making more with this, we have a lot of bones, so I sent a bunch of bones through the pulverizers to make more bone meal. So as long as we have a way of making things the normal way, I will always do that. But if something were out or like, oh my god, I would have to set up a huge process for, you know, something like lily pads. I'm just going to use this. It's perfect. We have it. And over here we'll continue in a minute. But before we get to this now, there is something down here that we have not checked out yet, and that is right here, the carpenter's safe that came with the island. It's almost identical to when we started, but I think it has 3 more different bushes. We only had raspberry, and now it has the other ones. I'm gonna leave this in here. I don't need any of this stuff for now. We know where it is. And this right here. Check it out. The carpenter's hatch. And I actually went back to 112 and checked if this was there, and we never saw it, and it wasn't. So this is something new. And please read first. Let's see. You must be the new creator. Well, I say bull to that. You should be anyway. But I gave them my word, and I keep my word. Okay. So it's just a little lore. And in this chest is another book. I didn't read this one yet. LOL with troll blocks. And, well, you know what? I'm going to take them with me. You just saw there was 2 here, so I'm going to separate them and explain to you in a minute what this is. And I have no idea what an ender fruit is. Large meal. Okay, cool. We'll keep it. What is it saying here? I see I found my stash of troll block. What? Where's you wanting something else? A sword, a hoe, or maybe a diamond armor? Well, did you? Okay. Look at the floor to your right, and you will see a hidden door. Another chest. Holy shnikes. Yes. I was waiting where we're gonna get this from. Really cool. Yay. And the rest of the stuff, I'm gonna put this in here also. Just to remember what's here, and when we need it, we'll get it. This is neat. What is this? Morsel. Cool. And I'm gonna put this book back in here. Alright, awesome. Now I'm gonna leave this open so I don't forget about it. Can't move my bed down here. This would be a perfect spot for the bed. Alright, I hope I didn't spoil it for you guys, but I think it's cool. So, now, one more thing we gotta do is, I spent quite a lot of time in this quest book trying to figure out all the things that we completed. Took a bunch of screenshots, I told you guys about that. And I went through pretty much one by one. And we are 77% completed here, 36, 52, 44, and 40. And look at this. This is completely locked. I'm not sure how we're gonna unlock this yet. And there's a bunch more chains down here. This gets me so excited that there's more stuff to do. Awesome. It looks a little different here. For example, I did not complete this one, and I think these we're gonna do next episode. We're gonna catch up on, making here the auto packager, which we're never gonna use anymore. And there we need to make some concrete and then some graphite to get you started, I guess, with big reactor. And this one is cool. I can complete this one now. I guess you get a backup warp book, and it says here to make copies of your warp pages, just put a warp page and a blank page in your crafting table. So I think I'm gonna make this between episodes to make a copy of every single page that we have so far, in case we come across one of these knucklehead zombies again that takes our book and we lose it for some stupid reason or something. Then I do have a backup of it, so I like this. I'm gonna claim this now just so I can work on these backups between episodes. Now over here, I don't know. This one is visited. I got the dungeon page, and I remember, we went to the dungeon, so I just teleported there and came back. I didn't explore nothing because we already did that place. I don't want to do it again, but it made this one visited. These other ones over here we have not done. Well, we have done it, but we can't turn it in again. It's a repeatable, so I think we can keep going on it. This one over here, I am not sure if we did. I have to look into this. But there's this one. Oh, this one is visited. Time to learn. I want you to find 4 books. It might have been that I just found the books underneath. That's what this completed. Very cool. And it opened this one, wherever the heck this is. Okay, enough of this page. We are caught up, and I'll show you what I did with all the rewards. Survival of the fittest. Completed this, and completed it up to, we need to make the next size ender stuff. So we are caught up on this. And we're gonna get started with this here soon. Right here, I completed all the essence stuff. I did not turn in the lily pads of fertility. We can do this right now. Well, I made a lot more than 10, so that completed for us. And over here now, we gotta go to the Twilight, and I don't think we ever did these ender cores. I don't know if we did, so that's why I didn't complete it. I didn't find them in my ME system, so I don't think we made these yet. And I completed the ice quest. So we have a lot more to do here. Better storage looks completely different. I only did this all the way up to here and down the ME system. And I also completed this one with the upgrades because we did all of them. I did every one of these upgrades. And for this one is we got a yellow heart canister, a troll block, and a reward bag. 2 troll blocks. And that's why I have them here, because we never got a yellow heart canister. And this is a reward that we did not get before, so I kept it. And there was one other one with, let me see here, I think it was this one here. Yeah, we never got plant growth accelerators as a reward, so these 2 are gonna get voided. They're in the chest because we did receive them, but I don't remember ever getting these, and I have to look into what they actually do. So yeah, when it comes to quests, we're all caught up. I didn't do anything new besides the ones we just completed. And this is where I put all the rewards. This is also the alt warp book that I brought over. So we're also going to avoid this. And all the rewards that we got, all the bags, are in here. Like I said, I just kept that one and the one we just got. And these items here I took out of the ME system. They're all micro blocks, like sawed down glowstone strips and so on, and they all show up as unnamed. You cannot make them anymore, so I put them in this chest also. And this chest, everything gets voided now, and I'm gonna flip the lever. Goodbye. So all this stuff is now getting voided into the trash can. These are all the rewards we don't want to get because they're double. Cool. So now, which one? This one has our pages and this one is empty. I'm gonna make sure I don't get this mixed up. And let's put this page in here real quick. The labyrinth. Okay, this is our spawn. I did rebind it to the center here. And these 2 we're not going to do again. We already went to the Fortress of Hell. Like I said, I teleported to both of them and went straight back just to get credit that we visited it there. This is our spawn, and next we're going to do Dan Village, then Twilight, Ice Castle, and Labyrinth. I don't know in which order. And down here is the page I had for wind turbines, and this is still that nether temp that I had over in that nether fortress where I farmed for the Wither Skulls, but I don't know if it's the same location, so I haven't been there yet. I don't trust it. Okay, so this is just gonna do its thing. Goodbye, everything. Alright, now let's open these bags real quick. These two, just so we get... And let me put these troll blocks in here. Don't have time for them yet. Put on this yellow heart canister. That's awesome. Put these two in here. Alright. This is the epic. Open the epic one first. Charmer poison. We get a second one. Okay. I'm gonna put this into that chest. What? I can't put you in here? Why can't I put you in here? Is this full? Oh, it's full. Okay, I'm gonna put it in here for now then. I can't because this is pre-formatted. Whoosh, Nikes. Sorry for wasting your time, guys. And let's open the legendary. That is not legendary. Not one bit. How is this legendary? Okay, whatever. Alright, so let me check. Oh man, we're already over 30 minutes again. Ah, where's the time going? Now, I wanted to show you guys something. First, this one right here. I played around with this because it bothered me that it put items in here that I did not want to go in there. And then I remembered that on ModSauce we set up these SDSS setups, whatever, where you use a storage bus into... Let me set this up so you guys can see it. I think that's better. So right here is where we want to have it. Okay, so how you go about this is you put an ME interface against this one. Ah, we gotta go the other way around. I don't know why it doesn't want to place it right. But we're taking a storage bus right here because we're looking at this as a storage. And then an ME interface directly against it. And then you need a cable to put it on there. So right now it can't read this because these guys only talk data. This doesn't get any power right now. It doesn't get any power anyway because I have it turned off with the lever here, but let me turn the lever off so you guys can see it does not get any power. How you can do this is you use these little glass fiber cables and you just bridge the power around it. Now these guys don't talk data, they only talk energy. So when I turn this off, it takes a second for this to shut off. I'm not sure why without this it was faster before. Come on, turn off. There we go. Now you cannot access them, you cannot read them, nothing. That's how I want it, so when I bring items over, I can actually see what's in these drives. But now that it's turned on, I can see everything in them. But this storage bus here, we're setting to extract only. So let's take, there's all the potions in that right chest. We can still access everything, okay? Let's take this water breathing potion as an example. I just took it out of the ME. When I put it back in, you're gonna see it does not go in here. There's no water breathing potion. And that's how I want it. I want to take out things here that we barely ever need, or that I don't want to clog up my regular drives, and this is what I put into these chests. So that's really cool here. This is now a good solution, I think. If you guys have any better ideas, please let me know, like always. And alright, let's close this up. Now, the other thing is I want to get done today is I want to start a cobble gen. Reason being is I wanted to do the activation ritual. That was the thing I wanted to do in the end. But I noticed we never got a division sigil. At least I cannot find one. I don't think we ever got one from anywhere. But you can craft this. But in order to make this, we need bedrockium ingot, which is the, I'm not going to call this cheaper, but the faster way to making it is with quadruple, triple, and block a diamond. Or if we get really fast cobble gen, that we can just smelt one of these, which is, Again, we could use EMC, but like I said, if we can set something up the normal way, we're gonna set it up that way first. Anyways, so we gotta get started with this. But before that, check it out. I had no idea that you can just make a builder's wand. So I made one of these obsidian tough tool rods, and we got a builder's wand. I can't believe it. I'm speechless. I would have made this thing so long ago. Never crossed my mind that the recipe is different. You know, it usually takes an unstable ingot. But now we have a builder's wand. Man, I wish I would have known about that earlier. Anyways, so we're going to set up a cobble gen over here. We're going to compress it, double compress it, and triple compress it, and then send it back into the ME. I think triple compressed is enough. We can compress it further via the ME system. And I'm still getting turned around here a lot. Now, over here is where the ME cable goes over to the growth accelerators. And I read up about a way to transport power via an ME cable, and I wanted to try this out because, well, it would be nice if we only have to run ME cable over here instead of also conduit or a tesseract. So I thought it would be cool if we try this out, and I did play around with it right here, but I'm going to show you guys now. And there is this P2P. That's not peer-to-peer, it's called point-to-point. Okay? And you can... It uses one channel on your cable, but you can transport liquids, a redstone signal, energy, different types, and also talk between ME networks. But we're going to use it for RF power. And I've never set one of them up, but I thought we'll give it a try. So I put one of these P2P tunnels on here. And right now it says device offline. And in order to make this, you guys see it says RF on the top. Now usually it says ME, but when you right click it, it doesn't place it. Let me change it back to the way it was before. See now on the top right in the tooltip, it shows ME. It depends on what items you click on these tunnels with. So in our case, we want it to be RF energy. So I'm right clicking it with a conduit. Now you see on the tooltip it changed to RF. So now of course we still need to connect this here. And in order to let the other point know what it's doing, you have to make one of these memory cards, and then you shift right click, and you see in the chat it says successfully saved settings. And now I'm going to show you guys where we're going to use this. I think that's going to be really cool. Trying to get this done as fast as we can. So the cable comes up over here, and now what I did over here is I have regular energy conduits, okay? But I want to talk to these energy conduits with a peer-to-peer or point-to-point. And you put it on there and you right click it, and now it is also set to RF. It already was. And now check it out. They're charging. So now we're getting, one is already full. We're getting RF power via ME. I think that is amazing. I'm speechless. I had no idea that this worked. And here we're gonna set up the import bus. I don't think I need any accelerators, but we'll see in a minute if we will. And let me get this to make it nice. Not a face, I just want a facade. Okay. And hopefully... Why can I never get this right? Did I get my cable back? They're a little fidgety to place, I'm not kidding. It's always best if you put the facade first and then you put the cable. Then you don't have any problems. It doesn't connect the textures, but it's still nice, I think. So, and now down here, let's make our cobble gen. Okay. And I need a node here. I saw I put a bunch of stuff in my bags after the live stream, so I have cabling and so on me. And I made 16 world interaction upgrades. For now, I'm not going to put it in just yet because we still need to make our recipes. And I set the input on this one to the bottom, output to the left. Input to the right, output to the left, and input to the right, output to the left. Cool. Now I put in one of these schematics, and now you can click down here on the schematic. Now this guy is going to make us compressed cobblestone first. Set it to true. Now it shows it to here, 9 cobblestone. This one over here, we're going to use the compressed cobblestone to make double compressed. And then the last one here, we're going to take the double compressed to make triple compressed. By the way, I went with cyclic assemblers. I forgot to mention that. Because all the other ones, the packager, the auto packager, and so on, they're just really slow. They're not meant for CobbleGen. That's why I went with this guy. So now, first of all, let's test if this one works. Close this. This is for the double. Bam, it made it and sent it out. The cyclics are just insanely fast. They really are. And you are getting that last piece of cobble. And I forgot to actually put the world interaction upgrades in here. So now let's see. It's just not very fast. Okay, I'm gonna have to make more world interaction upgrades real quick. Okay, I made 48 more. Let's put all of them in there so we get a stack at a time. And look at this. This is so nice how fast this is. How fast is this making these? Wow, this is gonna be nice. I think next episode we can make this bedrockium. Let's see. Cobble. 18, 19. I mean, it's not, crazy fast, but I'm gonna have a lot of stuff to do anyway between episodes, so we will be fine. We're definitely gonna be able to make that next episode. And one more thing now that I wanted to mention. The warp pages for the Castle of Magic and the Castle of Ores that we got last time, I have not gotten yet. I don't know if they're gonna be in a later quest or something. I'm hoping, but we don't have them yet. So, well, we can't go to Castle of Ores. We already did the Castle of Magic, but so be it. I am super thrilled about this. I think it's awesome. We definitely can use this in more places than once. But we'll see. It does put a drain on your ME system. Apparently it costs you 1 AE a tick, but, well, power is no issue yet. Well, guys, I hope you are excited as I am. I am super thrilled. We're going to have a lot of fun. New island. Let me know how you guys like it. Any recommendation? Let me know about this ME chest setup over there. If you guys have a better idea. I did try a fuzzy export bus with potions, but that did not get to. I did not get it to work. It ignored the meta value, even though the fuzzy part should ignore the meta value, but it never worked. And I'm guessing it has something to do with the NBT data. But well, anyways. I hope to see you guys very soon. I'm probably gonna keep recording right now when this one ends. Preparing stuff for the next episode. I already have a lot of stuff lined up for auto crafting and so on. Alright, so have fun, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.